What is going on, guys? Your boy Joey672 coming to you guys with a video right now. I want to go over Jalen Reagor. Now, Adam Kaplan had some things to say about Jalen Reagor and the potential of Jalen Reagor actually moving into the slot. Coming into his rookie season, especially with what was going on in 2020, Jalen Reagor, with his short amount of time that he had no rookie minicamp, and, Eagles were moving him all over the field. They were moving him, inside, outside, not during the season, but in camp. So they were, kind of want him to get used to every single position to be the X or the Y receiver. So to move him around, it's good to have a receiver like that. This way, it won't affect him and his skill set in any way possible. The more plays he knows, the better he's going to be at every position. And the more positions he plays, the better he's going to be at any play that comes to him. So it's a really good thing. Now, Adam Kaplan said, the Eagles might move Jalen Reagor to the slot, which, I could see it happening. I could. Now, this is only if they drafted a receiver this year. This is only if they draft, Devontae Smith. They could. If that's the case, let's make an example here. If Devontae Smith gets drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles, you move Devontae Smith on the outside, you have Jalen Reagor in the slot, and then you grab one of your receivers that are already on the roster, whether it's a Travis Fulgham or Quez Watkins, John Hightower. You have Greg Ward, which Greg Ward's more of a slot guy, but Hightower was just on go routes all year. He had a couple drops early in the season, but they really were just using him for go routes, for just going deep, and that was it. I think John Hightower could bring more to this team. And then you had Quez Watkins that, as soon as Jalen Hurts started, he got some snaps and really showed, I think by the second game, he came into the game and, a wide receiver screen for, 32 yards, whatever it was amazing what his speed is downfield. And then the last game, or the game against the Cowboys, the Philadelphia Eagles, and Quez Watkins catches a big reception downfield with really good separation. So I think going into, if this is the truth and this is what they're going to do, that I could definitely see Reagor play the slot. They drafted Devontae Smith in this draft, put him on the outside, and then you grab one of the receivers that was highly productive for you last year, or someone that has a nice upcoming range. Travis Fulgham is definitely one of those guys as well. I have Quez and Travis Fulgham as the two top receivers, especially playing on the opposite side, if that's the case. Travis Fulgham was leading the league in receiving yards after week 4 of the season. Obviously, Deshaun Jackson and Alshon Jeffrey were getting healthy, and then he got benched. I don't know what the problem. I mean, I can't even really explain it anymore. It's like being a dead horse. It's like they literally blocked every successful young player by these veteran, washed-up players that came back into the lineup off injury. I mean, that's how bad it was, guys. Okay, I'm not off the Jalen Reagor train at all. I'm not, because the way they used him, the way everybody was used, it's not even just him. You can't put all the blame on him. You can't put all the blame on everybody. I mean, you can put blame to your quarterback maybe just for a little bit, and obviously Doug and Howie and everybody else, but you can't put blame on these receivers. The chemistry was just horrible. It was off. It was just god-awful. Okay, Reagor was mostly used on third down sometimes, and in motion, and I don't know what he was doing half the time, and Reagor was hurt like 3 times last year. I think that was a big problem. Aaron Moorhead, the wide receiver coach, said it kind of stinted his growth a little bit during the season. But I think Reagor has so much more to bring. If you grab another receiver, I mean, I think that this offseason is a big smokescreen, because I don't think they're going after a quarterback, which apparently they tried to do that. But I think grabbing a receiver in this draft, whether it's Devontae Smith, if they get Kyle Pitts, then I guess this may be off the table. But it might not be. You never know. But they could move Jalen Reagor to the slot this year. You never know, because I think on the inside, with the speed that he does have, he could do some things. People are saying he's slow at the top of his route. He can't, I've seen the flashes of when he's in the open field and does fantastic. But the problem was we were so predictable in this offense, like teams knew what we were doing. So it wasn't hard for players to not get any yards on plays on these receptions and where this ball was going to. I mean, what defense really feared us in 2020 offensively? I mean, we only had one offensive lineman that was healthy all year. Miles Sanders was barely playing 5 snaps or less, and in a lot of games, our receiver core was just hurt nonstop. Alshon Jeffrey, Deshaun Jackson were hurt most of the time, and unfortunately, it was just a predictable offense with Doug's play calling, his offensive assistants. So if you even get Kyle Pitts, you could do the same thing here. You can move Kyle Pitts to the outside. You could have a Quez Watkins or a Travis Fulgham on the other side. So there's a lot of different options you could do. But I'm telling you right now, if they get Devontae Adams, I think this would be the perfect setup. If they get Devontae Adams, they move Reagor to the slot, and they literally have receivers on this roster that could fill in and really showcase what they're all about. I think Quez Watkins, Travis Fulgham are two receivers right now that could really hit their mark in 2021 if given a chance. This team absolutely needs an offseason. This team needs preseason games. This team needs rookie minicamp. This team needs everything possible. And I think this offseason is going to be the most normal we've had in a while, which is a good thing. So, Reagor to the slot. Does anybody agree, disagree? Let me know in the comment section below. Obviously, it's just something to think about because, and just say someone else gets hurt, like Reagor could move back to the outside. Like, I'm not saying that, if you're an outside receiver, it doesn't mean like you have to be, we need to take advantage of what we have on this roster. I think that's what's really important here. Take advantage of what's on your roster, see what you have, and call it a day. Call it a day. So let me know what you guys think about this. Obviously, Jalen Reagor moved to the slot and kind of filling in another receiver. I think they should give somebody else a chance on this roster. Definitely between Travis Fulgham, Quez Watkins, John Hightower. I think Quez Watkins and Travis Fulgham are the two guys that obviously are going to do a lot better. I mean, Greg Ward's not going to play on the outside, so he'll be a backup if that's the case. But it's definitely something to think about and to reminisce about. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys later. Shakes, what up, Files 5. Peace out, guys. Peace.